My name is Hernán Carvente-Martinez. I am the founder and CEO of Healing Ninjas, Inc.
And LaTonya T. Myers. I'm from Philadelphia, PA. I am a revolutionary community activist and organizer.
Born and bred in Los Angeles, where they promise your dreams can reach higher heights. I'm talking in every career field, from lawyers to doctors to standing in front of a million flashing lights. It always made a little kid like me excited, ready to hop on stage, ready to hear people calling out my name, but excited to grow up in a place that was a melting pot of experience and opportunities. So I question why the resources needed to get to where I wanted to be were not evenly distributed throughout my communities.
I'm coming with a solution. The problem is there's too many people profiting off the pain of black and brown people. So many years this nation has been profiting off the pain and labor of black and brown people. The way that we remedy that is by collectively coming together as a community, providing those resources, speaking truth to power, and dismantling those systems of oppression.
I remember asking my moms, why was the after-school dance program cut when us little black girls started winning the awards? Why was I getting weird looks when I stood too close to items in the student store? Why did I have to work 10 times harder just for a little recognition? And yo, why are the campus police pressing at me looking like I fit a description?
I am a community organizer. I am an entrepreneur. I'm someone who doesn't believe that youth prisons should exist and that we should come up with community alternatives for young people. And I'm also a mental health advocate. I'm someone who believes that if we don't take care of the mind and the spirit, then we're not going to be able to do this work in the long term.
And you tell me what a parent's supposed to say when they're going through the same cycle of comments and struggles they went through as a kid and currently every day. And it's funny, there ain't no rule book on how to navigate a system that's inherently anti-black. A system that has racism embedded into every sliver and every crack. And even if you follow some rules you think will keep you afloat, keep you on pace, they can flip the script on you anytime to make sure you lose the race.
Anyone needs help, or if they have resources and want to collaborate, I stand in solidarity with individuals that's fighting for the liberation of others and fighting against the systematic oppression of so many black and brown individuals. You can find me at abovealrodds.org, and you can also find me on Instagram at abovealrodds__. That's ABOV all odds __.
So, I love my mom for being real with me in this situation, being honest with me. She told me, Regan, just focus on your dreams. She said, Regan, don't think outside the box. I want you to think like there is no box, right? Because when you acknowledge that box, you acknowledge limitations. And your goal in life should be to break all limitations.
First and foremost, if you're a politician who's for these issues, we need you to start speaking up even louder and doing more to make sure that people of color are protected and safe, and that the criminal justice system isn't just being used to further criminalize us or punish us. Those are for the people who are already a part of our conversations. For the people that are against us, start asking yourselves, why are you against us? Check that gut reaction every time you think that it's the correct idea to lock someone up and that's going to solve the problem. We still have issues with poverty, we still have housing issues, we still have mental health issues. There's so many other things we could be pushing for, and your need to lock us up is not helping anyone. So if you out here, you're not in support of this and you're a politician, know that we're going to elect you out. You're not going to be sitting there forever. So either you're with the program and you're supporting our communities, or you out of it. So just keeping it real with you.
It's a good quote, right? Yeah. So my question was, what do you do if these limitations weren't placed by me? If these limitations weren't caused by my own doubts and anxieties? If these limitations were years in the making, I'm talking centuries.
The politicians, they work for us, so they need to understand that they will be held accountable the same way that they try to hold us accountable. If there's no compassion, discernment, within the court system, why should we have compassion, understanding, and discernment when bills are being passed that's perpetuating harm within our communities? That needs to stop. Let's all come to the table and understand that we need to amplify the voices of those less heard, and we need to get down, roll up our sleeves, and get into these communities and do the work that needs to be done.
What do I do? And I found my answer. We fight. We fight for us. We fight for the people. We fight for this earth. We fight so everybody can peacefully sleep at night. We fight for all the humans behind the rights. Thank you.
I'm a revolutionary Philadelphia community activist and community organizer. I liberate individuals that can't afford to purchase a cash bail, and I also provide them the necessary tools to be successful once they come home.
At birth, I was given the namesake of a messenger, guiding light or beacon of hope, Tariq, Arabic for morning star. I am a leader by nature, but as an artist, I'm also sensitive about my stuff. So I find it impossible to separate the meaning and the message from my art. There's so much depth and wonder to my story that it took almost half a lifetime to finally understand it. It basically took over 45 years for me to finally conquer myself, to get up and over it, and to become myself and comfortable as such.
I'm someone who was charged with the crime of attempted murder when I was young. I was someone that was outcasted and immediately demonized for the crime that I committed. I fundamentally believe that we should not be defined by the worst mistakes that we made when we were younger, but also even when you're older, right? That one mistake should not define the trajectory of our lives.
We've got to get over ourselves and out of our own way as a society. From a blacknophobia to xenophobia, everything in between, this unhealthy, misinformed fear does the world more than a disservice. It affects our daily lives, and as we obsess and fixate on these perceived dangers, it's real love, civility, and respect that suffers. The healthy fear is like an instinct, right? It's a mechanism that informs us when something may really be wrong. That's when fight or flight kicks in. And anything can become a trigger, from fear of failure to fear of canoeing over a waterfall. A healthy fear can be a good thing, motivational even.
But we can dismantle those rules that's meant to oppress us as a people. We can stand up, we can educate ourselves, and we can hold each other accountable so that we can stay out the system that they created to break us as a people.
A brilliant revolutionary mind once said that all the scared brothers are dead. As to say, none of those of us who remain will be made to fear our fellow persons, be they black, white, brown, indigenous, him, he, she, her, they, them, whomever. I identify as the conductor of light and love, and as a catalyst for change. I am a person whose heart, mind, and soul bear the characteristics of the human condition, first being freedom. Not only will I not be denied my rights, birthrights, earth rights, or rights afforded to me by law, I also won't stand by idly as so many people, so many places, continue to be denied rights of their own.
But what you can individually do is speak up for your rights, understand and learn the systems of oppression and how they're working. Understand and know that you can hold individuals accountable the same way that they hold you accountable. There's rules that govern police the same way that there's rules that they're supposedly govern us in our society. There's rules that govern your local officials. There's rules that govern your mayor, your governor. It's rules.
We rise to power, then fall from grace. Though often cases our heads are lost in the clouds, or we're lost in space. Citizens of the divided states identify with hatred. For our demise, some watch and wait. Look at the downward spiral. It's going viral. Nobody's ever accountable. Who's held liable? If anybody could correspond, if they're inclined to. It's sad the way they want to borderline redefine you. As a people, we can rise like the tides do, to tower over evil as a nation, under God, indivisible. On our shoulder, the weight of all our odds, but together we'll survive, just never sever ties. We could rise to a brilliance, rise to a balance, rise to a way to coexist in nonviolence, rise to a volume that's impossible to silence. In the morning when I rise, I'll rise to the challenge.
I'm from Queens, New York, so if you're in Queens, holla at your boy. I'm really, really excited to just connect with people and just take it to the next level.
Yeah, we standing in solidarity. Anytime y'all touch down, y'all want to get with me, y'all want to support, man, from here to Philadelphia, it's all one love. Ashe.